game. So, um, yeah, didn't think we used the ball well enough first half. We missed opportunities to switch and play and create overload. Second half, that's the level of performance. I just said it right there to the players. That is a proper performance. Second half, did everything but score. Their keepers, made some good stops, across bar, one-on-one opportunity. I think the level of the second half performance is what we need to take forward and make sure we put that through in 90 minutes. I think it's sticking to our identity and smothering the opposition, not giving them time to play. I mean, look, because they went a goal up, I don't think they built out at the back after that. They didn't play through their midfield, which is where they would usually. They just looked for Heitemer in the pocket or Lynn and just gambled on second balls. That's what I say. The quality of chances they got were really just by us giving the ball away in open shape. Whereas second half, we took care of the ball, we moved it quicker, we worked side to side, we created the overloads, we used the right spaces, and created lot. What did we finish with? 14 shots to their 9. We did everything but score, and we just got to be a little more clinical, but certainly more assertive, like we played the second half. You can't come and be passive.
Do you guys have a quick turnaround with the Tuesday kind of come into play in terms of some of the minutes?
Not overly. Little bit of injury concern. Just some player management, really, to give us opportunity where people are a little bit tight. Like some players have played and started 3 or 4 games and haven't done that for a long time. So we just needed to freshen that up. And obviously, we know we've got 2 games to come, but it's definitely one game at a time and just making sure we're not pushing players when they're getting into that red zone.
I have a question first.
Oh, excellent.
Not yet, not yet.
Well, I'm Emma with Tom Lee.
Hi, Emma.
Proper introduce myself.
Nice to meet you.
You have the league has a lot of speed as an attacker that we've seen, and you guys kind of made the decision defensively. It looked like to have a really high defensive line. What was kind of the thought process into that and kind of the decision making?
I think that's how we played every game, to be honest, other than maybe Kansas in the first half. Being aggressive, being higher up the field, because we've got ability to press through the midfield. So you need to keep those distances tight. Like I said, I don't think they exploited that one time with Lynn. It was just a gamble second ball. So I had no problem with the height of the line.
Starting goalkeeper Bixby had some wonderful saves today. Can you talk a little bit about, right? I know that Mecca was coming off injured from the international break. Is she back 100% yet? Or
yeah, I think she's ready to compete again now. We had to monitor her a little bit, but certainly she was available for selection today. But like I said, I felt clean sheet last week, and the win just built off a little bit of momentum. You saw we kept the 7 players, uh, didn't change that.
Good.
All right.
Any questions from you, Scott? Seems like a no. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. See you Tuesday.
Make sure it's recording on my end.
Weird that it's flipped.
Yeah. Because it's because
Trippy, yeah.
yeah, I was doing the test and I was
Yeah.
like trying to fix my hair. It's so when we
Yeah.
change it in setting, it flips the
It makes
sponsor
sense, it's just
backwards.
trippy, yeah.
It's very trippy. Probably, yeah. We'll have to talk to sponsorships and get it reprinted. All right, just a reminder, 15 minutes. We'll start with you, and then if you have any questions, then we'll follow. We'll start 3 and then 3.
I think we're good.
You get the process.
If you could just start us off with your guys' thoughts on the match tonight.
Yeah, I can start. I think a disappointing result, obviously. I think going into the game, we knew that it was a game we could win. We knew it was going to be a tough game, and I think it took us too long to get into the game, but I also think there were a lot of positives. A lot of our young players, like Kaya here, continue to show up and show that they can impact the game. So I think disappointing, but we can't get too down on ourselves. We've been progressing as a team throughout the season, and this is just a little blip, so we need to turn around quickly for our game on Tuesday. So I think a lot of learnings, but also a lot of positives, and hopefully some of our players can take confidence going into the next game.
Yeah, I agree. I think like from watching the game initially, I think we moved the ball really well. And obviously it just comes to that final third piece and like coming out like with the like aggression that we finished the game with. So I think going into the next game, that's what we're going to work on. And I think we finished strong. I think there's things to be proud of in terms of like um coming back together and like putting our feet like into tackles, putting our feet onto the ball. And yeah, we finished the game well, just didn't put anything away.
And then Kyle, this is your kind of first Cascadia Clash rivalry match. What is your just big takeaway on the vibes?
I love the lore. I love the I think it's super fun. I think those are my favorite types of games where it's just like where it's competitive, where it's driven, where it's just like battles. So I think it's pretty awesome. I think the crowd gets pretty awesome. And I think that, you know, it bleeds onto the field, like the not animosity, but like the excitement and the, you know, it's exciting.
And then you guys do have a really quick turn. Kind of, what do you guys think the focus point is? Right, one day off before you guys take on Gotham.
Yeah, I mean, first and foremost, I think just taking care of our bodies, like doing what we can to recover. I think it's good that we're close to home, so we get to go back to Portland, get to be at home, and train at home. And then I think reviewing this game, learning from it, and then moving on pretty quickly to our next opponent. Yeah, I think in this league, like you can't let yourself get down for spells. So I think learning and moving on from the game quickly and knowing that we are a good team and we can win these games is just the little pieces and the little moments that we need to get right to win these games.
We kind of talked to Rob about not consistently, but at times you guys do kind of come out of the locker room, start the game kind of slow. I mean, you kind of mentioned that in the second half. How do you guys start to finish these games the way that start these games the way you're finishing them in terms of the strength and the speed? What is kind of your team's mentality coming out of the locker room that maybe is kind of into this? What can you guys kind of attest that slow start to in your guys' eyes?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we're ever actively coming out of the locker room wanting to start slow. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely something that we need to look at as individuals and as a team. I don't think it's down to just one thing. So I think that'll be part of our learning process and something we need to focus on moving forward.
Yeah, I agree. I think also like it'll come like we're getting more and more comfortable with each other. It is a new team, so we're kind of like still feeling each other out in terms of like what does everyone's 100% look like. So I think like once we all can gauge that better, it's easy to be like, this is not it, and like we can start that better. But yeah.
And then Kaya, for you, you sub on the field midway through about the second half. You come on with just such a fierce, competitive. You just look with this competitive drive. I mean, you look completely different on the field than I am sitting here right now. What is your mindset when you step onto the pitch and just flip that switch? It seems like.
Well, you know, coaches were just telling me like go in and just be a threat. And honestly, like for my position, like I know how to do that. I know I just like love to do my job as a winger. I love to run. I love to like make people nervous in a way. So like I think it's just for me, it's just like I just think, how can I make this game exciting? How can I make this game? How can I make my opponent, my defender, nervous? And that's just what I go out and do. And it's exciting because I have my teammates too, and they're fully supportive of it. They're all like rallying behind it too. Like I hear Sam, Coffee, and even Jesse. Jesse's like, keep going, keep going. So it's just like it's just the fuel. It just like keeps going for me. So I love that. I love the energy, and yeah, it's just fueling.
And then Jesse, the kind of your side of that, you spoke earlier to the young players continuing to show up, and you guys kind of have that line between veterans, you and Sam, and the people who have done this over and over, and then there's just that stark line of rookies and people who are doing this for the first time. How have you guys continued to lead them, especially when you're playing in a rivalry game like this where there's the lore? What is your message to them to kind of keep their heads level and just to be like that dependability for them?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just about bringing their individual talents. Like, yeah, I mean, Kai is super dangerous 1v1 on the wing. So, like, how can we keep encouraging her to do that? Or, yeah, I think it's just encouraging them to be themselves on the pitch and giving them that confidence. Yeah, just letting them play as themselves and be themselves in our environment. So, yeah, I think like kind of like she said too, we're getting more and more comfortable with each other and understanding each other better. So I think that'll just continue to get better and better.
And Kai, it's been a little bit over a month since they announced your signing. How has it been kind of figuring out, right, making your runs and the timing of all of that kind of in the middle of the season and with this team?
Yeah, obviously, I still feel that there's a lot for me to build on. I think there's still places where I can get more comfortable, like with myself and like relax into the game a little bit. But I'm having a great time. I mean, practices for me are just they're my favorite part of the day. I wake up and I get so excited to just like go out and see everybody and just run around. So, it's been fun and like. I mean, like I just enjoy my time. I'm enjoying everything right now, and I'm enjoying being a rookie and like learning from people like Jesse and like getting the advice that I can from them. So it's been good.